Jaiyah, Fa'atalo Fa'atu Ilinei Tayao, Fa'atai, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Hi, Manuia Janine, Talafalava ila fafong anga Samoa le ni tayo matungofie.
Fa'atai le fa'atasi mai Jaiyah o feolo e alala I le teimi nei fa'amolomole.
Wa i America Samoa. I live in Leone Village. But my roots are from Aunuu and in Leone, and then in Samoa, o Nui Samoa, vai vasitai falebao mafangali.
Thank you so much, Jaiyah. Fa'atai lava mole fa'avanoa ino lo teimi I awale ta'atala noanga I le nei tayao. A mata le tātala noanga I le fesili o whena a mata I lo fia. I le ta'alonga leo le soka.
Oh, at a very young age. I started playing when I was 11. Naamata mai lo ta'alo I le whaangatama leo soka. In Tausanga's Fumatasi. At the time, I was a student at the South Pacific International Christian Center School here in Fatimafuti as a part of the Youth Development Initiative of the Football Federation of American Samoa. They reached out to all of the private schools on island for an elementary league, and that inaugural private school league, the school that I attended won the championship title against 14 other private schools.
Wow.
And and island wide, I was named the most valuable player of the league. So since then, my life has been all about soccer. At age 14, I got drafted to the national team. I was always a reserve up until 2011.
Yeah, and we will speak about this as well, Jaiyah, because your journey is so inspiring. But sa yei si ta'alonga na FFA, yei pena o le soka lava sa FFA.
So at the school I was attending, sport na whaavanoina mo matoa. It was all about academics. We had representatives do things like the science fair and history day and speech festival, but there were no sports. But I'm grateful that as a part of the Youth Development Initiative, we were included in it, because then if that had never happened, I wouldn't have been so passionate about the sport.
Yeah, about football. Now, lea sa e tāua, na filifilia oe I le au soka ale atunuu, I le se fulu wha o tausanga. Were you ready? Sa e lava tā pena I le teimi le te aloe mo le au soka a Amerika Samoa?
So at the time, ele fapeo se au malosi. And a lot of the players at the time were young, but I was the youngest at the time at 14 years old. The skill level and technical wise, we weren't really too competitive, but I guess it was all a part of the development of the sport in American Samoa. We were still pretty new, and after the embarrassing 31-0 loss against Australia, which eventually moved Australia to into the Asian Confederation and out of Oceania. The Football Federation wanted to start clean and try to figure out what they were doing wrong and figure out ways to develop. And so they wanted to start from the grassroots.
Now, speaking of Leta Alonga Lea Australia, America Samoa, 31-0, it is Lea Uhailonga Leta Alonga Lea in international football history. It was the worst loss. But what came from that game I le tausanga lua festival malitasi leana ta aloai America Samoa Matonga to sa ile ta alonga la lea. This was your first qualifying your first international game, is that right, Jaiyah?
That was my first time starting. Yeah.
Yes.
So years have passed since the 31-0 loss against Australia, and because FIFA had changed their rules about passports and those people who can represent their countries, the new rule was you have to be born in the country that you represent, or at least your parents or your grandparents. And so it became harder for us to find the talent that we needed to be able to play at such a competitive level. And so the Football Federation of American Samoa decided the best way to do it is to progress the youth and shape them into athletes in the future, find ways to maintain them in the sport, keep them, give them incentives to stay in football, and I was a product of that trial run, and eventually in 2011, after working many years on my skills and my on the technical side of the sport, I wafua mai ai lau feeling ile starting 11 in 2011, and coincidentally that was the same year that a film crew from London, from Archer's Mark, flew in to basically document what was it that made American Samoa keep on playing this, what kept them from giving up, why did they keep producing teams on the international stage when they keep losing so badly. And that was the basis of their documentary, and thankfully for them and for us as a team, it turned out to be something completely different.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
yeah.
Le ta'alonga lea America Samoa matonga leo lo o e saunua mai ei. Tusa tusa o le ta'alonga la lea e su e le aue o atu i le isi la asanga o le qualifying rounds. Masa iei
Yes.
loto mai e set up e le score a o le i uma le ta'alonga ma manu malo ai American Samoa lua i le tasi. E mawhaiana e whaamatala tūlanga sa iei tāpenanga a le tau au. Yeah, maselangona fia fo isa o ia te oe I ina ua uma mai le ta'alonga.
What filia ile starting 11 ele mato coach ingoya Thomas Rongen. He was a Dutch coach that was hired from the United States Football Federation. Hearing my name, I was nervous, and he announced it on the eve of our match, and I knew that I was able to play, and I knew that I improved a lot, but I didn't know if I could perform under the pressure of being in the starting 11. And thankfully, I had a lot of encouragement from my teammates, and of course, a call home to the parents always helps. Elese mea sili lo fotuanga ma tima inga mai matua. And so when I stepped onto the pitch that game, I was more than ready. I felt in my heart, and in my mind, we were going out to war, and I had to do my best to represent not only my teammates but my country.
Yeah. Ma uma loa le ta'alonga lea, a vea oe matangata ta'alo le ta'alonga lea. You were named the most valuable player of this game. Sa ili avanoa e ma utau sinio mo le ipu laulangi. So, o le ase tāua o le atulanga ia te oe?
I was unaware that there was even a title, man of the match, or in my case, woman of the match, yes. If you can say. But I guess during the match, I don't really think about, all I do is try to do my best, and as a team, that's all we try to do our part to try and reach this common goal. And at the end of the game, I realized that because I'm a defender, a lot of the attacks that Tonga had, Fiona ona tamo fai Tonga e su selako noa ile go. And it was always either me or the other center forward that was stopping them. So I was pretty much a stalemate at the back for our team. If you can watch the documentary Next Goal Wins, you can see for yourself. Yes. It was immortalized. That game was immortalized for us, and because I was doing so well at the back, because of that assist that eventually led to the first goal of the match, that boosted our morale. And because of the last minute goal line clearance, lua iletasi neia aiol talonga, I motu mai atonga, toe au o le attacker atonga, ma le goal, ulu le polo, ona tutusala ia talonga le se mato malo. And because I was at the right time, at the right place, I cleared the ball. And as soon as I cleared it, I told one of my teammates to kick it out because in the rules of soccer, after 90 minutes, once the ball is dead, then that match will end. And once kicked it out of the field, the ball became dead, and the whistle blew, signaling our win. And it gives me goosebumps still to this date. And like I said, if you watch the documentary, it is best portrayed or depicted in that documentary.
Yeah, definitely. And so, yes, ile ta'alonga lea nasuia le man of the match because you did play for the men's national team, American Samoa team, ile woman of the match. Ma ile documentary for ile tausanga lua festival malifa lea sa release ma ye le next goal wins. But speaking of, lea ua ye le isi ata tifanga, lea ole a release mai ile masino November, lea sos full malifitu, ole a mawhaiona mai moa ai le lalolangi atoa I le ata tifanga lea next goal wins, which your life is being depicted and your journey as a soccer player. O le ase langona ia te oe ina ua maua le tala o lea o le iei le ata lea next goal wins. Sa e mawhawhawina o le e ausia lea tūlanga ma tau ai oe.
Lei masa o mawhawhau a mea o le a tupu se mea whapea o Janine. The documentary came out in 2014. Au le lua fesu lima sa whailoa mai ele Archer's Mark manga ia sa whaiele documentary that Taika Waititi, this was in 2015, Taika Waititi was interested in doing a remake. And so many years passed, it's not going to happen because and then the pandemic happened and all these things were, it felt like the universe was throwing hints that this movie was not going to happen. So I knew long before that Taika Waititi had interest in it. But it wasn't until 2019 when I was in Hawaii and I was able to go on set that I realized that it's going to be a big project. And here we are, 2023. It's coming out in November. I'm excited. I just don't know how to feel. I mean, the documentary was able to tell our story to the world, but this Hollywood remake is going to amplify it in a way that, I can't even understand because, we as Samoans, as specific people, these kinds of things rarely, if ever, happen to us. And I'm happy that, it's a part of my life experience.
Of course, Jaiyah, and you are an inspiration to so many. So ai le umale tātala no anga I le nei tai au. O le asa o whaamanu si au, mo le au whaafonga fo I le nei taimi o le tai au, ai mese tupulanga talavo.
I think the best, this is a bit cliche, but the best advice that I can give, stemming from my own experience growing up, I think the best advice I can give is to be true to yourself. As a Fa'afafine Samoa, wa'ol Fa'afafine Samoa, and in my understanding, because the culture is so nurturing and respective of Samoan Fa'afafine, the cultural identity of a Samoan Fa'afafine. O te mita I tau mai loa sisi o what was transgender. It becomes something different because of the stereotypes that are associated with the word in itself. I am proud to be a transgender woman, but I am most proud to be a Fa'afafine Samoa. And that's why I say the best thing you can do for yourself growing up is be true to yourself, be true to your identity and to your passion as well. I was true to soccer and look at where it got me. So sometimes in life, things, our passions and our dreams are difficult to reach, but with hard work and dedication and just staying true to yourself, I believe we're all capable of reaching those goals and making it happen for ourselves.
Jaiyah Saelua, ASA international soccer player and also an inspiration to so many. Whaatai lava Jaiyah mo le whaavanoa ina lo teimi. Awa le tātala noanga I le nei tai au manuia lava fuafuanga ma lava singa o le nei aso. And we look forward to seeing next goal wins on the screen.
Thank you so much, Janine. Whakatai lava Samoa, whaia Saefua.
Soifua, Jaiyah Saelua le very inspirational mo I tātou I le nei tai au talanoanga nā lea ua ma le tātou Samoan of the week.